ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ओम समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। श्री वेदव्यास वैशंपायन याज्ञवल्क्य आद्य शंकराचार्यादि गुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद् गुरुभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अवाप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं च विश्वशांति विश्वकल्याणार्थं च साधकानां समस्त निर्विघ्नता शक्तीनाम् अवाप्त्यर्थं च आयुरारोग्यादि प्राप्त्यर्थं च बृहदारण्यक उपनिषदः पारायणं तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ पारायणं। We are friends in the fifth Brahmanam concluded, sixth of the fifth adhyayam. Or now, did we do the fifth one? I think so. From the sixth Brahmanam we have to chant. They're all small ones. We can finish the Panchamodhyaya today. Om Atha Shri Brihadaranyaka Upanishad Panchamodhyaya Atha Shashtam Brahmanam. Om Manomayoyam Purushah Bhaha Sati Satyastasmin Sati मनोमयोऽयं पुरुषो भाः सत्यः तस्मिन् अन्तर्हृदये यथा व्रीहिः वायवो वा स एष सर्वस्य ईशानः सर्वस्य अधिपतिः सर्वमिदं प्रशास्ते यदिदं किञ्च इति षष्ठं ब्राह्मणं। विद्युद्ब्रह्मेत्याहुर्विदानात् विद्युद्विद्यति एनं पाप्मनः य एवं वेद विद्युद्ब्रह्मेति विद्युद्ब्रह्मेव ब्रह्म इति सप्तमं ब्राह्मणं। वाचं धेनुमुपासीत तस्याः चत्वारः स्तनाः स्वाहाकारो वषट्कारो हन्तकारः सदाकारः तस्यै द्वौ स्तनौ देवा उपजीवन्ते स्वाहाकारं च वषट्कारं च हन्तकारं मनुष्याः सदाकारं पितरः तस्याः प्राणः ऋषभः मनोवत्सः इति अष्टमं ब्राह्मणम्। अयमग्निर्वैश्वानरः यः अयम् अन्तः पुरुषे येन इदम् अन्नं पच्यते यदिदम् अद्यते तस्य एष घोषो भवति यमेतत् कर्णावपिधाय शृणोते स यदोत्क्रमिष्यन् भवति न एनं घोषकं शृणोते इति नवमं ब्राह्मणम्। यदा वै पुरुषः अस्मात् लोकात् प्रैते स वायुमागच्छति तस्मै स तत्र विजिहीते यथा रथचक्रस्य खं तेन स ऊर्ध्वम् आक्रमते स आदित्यमागच्छते तस्मै स तत्र विजिहीते यथा लम्बरस्य खं तेन स ऊर्ध्व उक्राम् आक्रमते स चन्द्रमसमागच्छति तस्मै स तत्र विजिहीते यथा दुन्दुभेः खं तेन स ऊर्ध्व आक्रमते स लोकमागच्छति अशोकमहिमं तस्मिन् वसति शाश्वतेः समाः इति दशमं ब्राह्मणम्। एतद्वै परमं तपः यद्व्याहितः तप्यते परमगं हैव लोकं जयते य एवं वेद। एतद्वै परमं तपः यं प्रेतम् अरण्यकं हरन्ति परमगं एवं लोकं जयति य एवं वेद। एतद्वै परमं तपः यं प्रेतमग्नौ अभ्यादधाति परमगं हैव लोकं जयते य एवं वेद इति एकादशं ब्राह्मणम् अन्नं ब्रह्म इति एके आहुः तत् न तथा पूयति वा अन्नं ऋते प्राणात् प्राणो ब्रह्म इति एके आहुः तत् न तथा शुष्यति वै प्राणः ऋते अन्नात् एते हतु एव देवते एकधा भूयं भूत्वा परमतां गच्छतः तदस्माः प्रातृदः पितरं किगं स्विद् एवं विदुषे साधु कुर्यां किमेवास्मा साधु कुर्याम् इति सहस्माः पाणिना मा प्रातृद कः तु कत्स्वेन योः एकदा भूयं भूत्वा परमतां गच्छतीति तस्मा उहैतदुवाच वीत्यन्नं वै व्यन्नेहि इमानि सर्वाणि भूतानि वेष्टानि रमिति प्राणो वै रं प्राणैः इमानि सर्वाणि भूतानि रमन्ते सर्वाणि ह वा अस्मिन् भूतानि विजन्ते सर्वाणि भूतानि रमन्ते य एवं वेद इति द्वादशं ब्राह्मणम् उक्तं प्राणो वा उक्तं प्राणो हि इदगं सर्वम् उत्थापयति हुद्धास्माद् उक्तवित् वीरः तिष्ठति उक्तस्य सायुज्यगं स लोकताञ्जयते य एवं वेद यजुः प्राणो वै यजुः प्राणैः इमानि सर्वाणि भूतानि युज्यन्ते ह अस्मै सर्वाणि भूतानि शैष्ट्याय यजुषः सायुज्यगं स लोकतां जयते य एवं वेद सामप्राणो वै सामप्राणैः इमानि सर्वाणि भूतानि संयंचि ह अस्मै सर्वाणि भूतानि श्रैष्ट्याय कल्प्यन्ते साम्नः सायुज्यगं स लोकतां जयति य एवं वेद क्षत्रं प्राणो वै क्षत्रं प्राणो हि वै क्षत्रं त्रायते ह एनं प्राणः क्षणितोः क्षत्रमत्रमाप्नोति क्षत्रस्य सायुज्यगं स लोकतां जयते य एवं वेद इति त्रयोदशं ब्राह्मणं भूमिरन्तरिक्षं दौरित्यष्टावक्षराणि अष्टाक्षरगं हवा एकगं गायत्र्यै षट् पदमेतदु हैवास्य एतत्स यावदेषु त्रिषु लोकेषु तावदह जयति योऽस्या एतदेवं पदं वेद रुचो यजोगंषि सामानि इति अष्टावक्षराणि अष्टाक्षरगं हवा एकं गायत्र्यै पदमेतद् हैवास्य एतत्स यावतीयं त्रयी विद्या तावदह चयति यः अस्या एतदेवं पदं वेद प्राणोपानो व्यान इति अष्टावक्षराणि अष्टाक्षरगं हवा एकं गायत्र्यै पदमेतदु हैवास्य एतत्स यावदिदं प्राणि तावदह जयति यो अस्या एतदेवं पदं वेद अथ अस्या एतदेव तुरीयं दर्शतं पदं परो रजाय एष तवति यद्वै चतुर्थं तत्तुरीयं दर्शतं पदम् इति तदृशः इव हि एष परो रजा इति सर्वमुहि एव एष रज उपरि तपति एवगं हैव श्रिया यशसा तपति यः अस्या एतदेवं पदं वेद सैषा गायत्री एतस्मिकं स्तुरीये दर्शते पदे परो रजसि प्रतिष्ठिता तद्वै तत्सत्ये प्रतिष्ठितं चक्षुर्वै सत्यं चक्षुर्हि वै सत्यं तस्मात् यदिदानीं द्वौ विवदमानौ मानावेयाताम् अहमदर्शम् अहम् अश्रौषमिति य एवं ब्रूयाद् अहमदर्शम् इति तस्मा एव श्रद्धध्माय ध्याम तद्वै तत्सत्यं बले प्रतिष्ठितं प्राणो वै बलं तत्प्राणे प्रतिष्ठितं तस्माद् आहुर्बलगं सत्यादोगीय इति एवम् एव एषा गायत्री अध्यात्मं प्रतिष्ठिता साह एषा गायकंस्त्रते प्राणा वै गयाः तत्प्राणागंस्त्रते तद्यद्यागंस्तत्रे तस्माद् गायत्री नाम स यामेवामोघं सावित्रीमन्वाहै हैषैव सा स यस्मा अन्वाह तस्य प्राणागंस्त्रायते तागं ह एताम् एके सावित्रीम् अनुष्टुभम् अन्वाहुर्वागनुष्टुप् एतद् वाचमनुब्रूम इति न तथा कुर्यात् गायत्रीमेव सावित्रीम् अनुब्रूयात् यदि हवा अपि एवं विद्बहिरिव प्रतिगृह्णाति नः एव तद्गायत्र्या एकञ्चन पदं व्रते स य इमाकन् स्त्रीन् लोकान् पूर्णान् प्रतिगृह्णीयात् सोऽस्या एतत् प्रथमं पदम् आपनुयात् अथ यावतीयं त्रयी विद्या यः तावत् प्रतिगृह्णीयात् सः अस्या एतद्वितीयं पदमाप्नुयात् अथ यावदिदं प्राणियः तावत् प्रतिगृह्णीयात् सो अस्या एतत् तृतीयं पदमाप्नुयात् अथ अस्या एतदेव तुरीयं दर्शितं पदं परोरजा य एष तवते न एव केनचनाप्यङ्कुत उ एतावत् प्रतिगृह्णीयात् तस्या उपस्थानं गायत्री अस्येकपदी द्विपदी त्रिपदी चतुष्पदी अवदसि न हि पद्यसे नमस्ते तुरीयाय दर्शताय पदाय परोरजसे असावधूमा प्रापद इति यं दिश्यादसावस्मै कामो मा समृद्धीति वा नः एव अस्मै स कामः समृद्ध्यते यस्मा एवमुपदिष्टते अहमदः प्रापमिति वा एतद्वै तज्जनको वैदेहो बुडिलमाश्रुतारिश्वम् आश्रुतराश्विम् उवाच यत् नुहो तद्गायत्री विद् अब्रूथा अथ कथगं हस्तीभूतो वहसि इति मुगगं हि अस्याः सम्भ्राण् न विदाञ्चकार इति ह उवाच तस्या अग्निरेव मुखं यदि वा अपि बह्विवा अग्नौ अभ्याददति सर्वमेव तत्सन्दहति एव गमः एवं विद्यद्यपि बह्विव पापं कुरुते सर्वमेव तत्संसाय शुद्धः पूतः अजरः अमृतः संभवते इति चतुर्दशं ब्राह्मणं हिरण्मयेन पात्रेण सत्यस्यावेतं मुखं तत्त्वं पूषन्न पावृणो सत्यधर्माय दृष्टये पूषन्ने कर्षे यमसूर्य राजावत्यव्यूहरश्मीन् समूह तेजो यत्ते रूपं कल्याणतमं तत्ते पश्यामि योऽसावसौ पुरुषः सोऽहमस्मि वायुरनिलममृतमथेदं भस्मान्तकं शरीरम् ॐ क्रतो स्मर कृतगं स्मर क्रतो स्मर कृतगं स्मर अग्ने नय सुपतारा ये अस्मान् विश्वानि देववयुनानि विद्वान् योऽध्यस्मज्जुहुराणमेनो भूयिष्ठां तेन उक्तिं विधेम इति पञ्चदशं ब्राह्मणम् इति बृहदारण्यकोपनिषदि पञ्चमोऽध्यायः। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओम अतः श्रीकृष्णयजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय आरण्यकान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद ओम यस्माज्जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदन्धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः। यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं वदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ओम तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते। अथ प्रथमा शिक्षा वल्ली प्रथमोऽनुवाकः शान्तिमन्त्रः। ओम शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतो तद्वक्तारमवतो अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम्। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। अथ एकादशोऽनुवाकः। ओम वेदमनोच्याचार्योऽन्ते वासिनमनुषास्ते सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान्मा प्रमदः आचार्याय प्रियं धनमाहृत्य प्रजातन्तुं मा व्यवच्छेत्सेः सत्यान्न प्रमदितव्यं धर्मान्न प्रमदितव्यं कुशलान्न प्रमदितव्यं भूत्यैन प्रमदितव्यं स्वाध्याय प्रवचनाभ्यां न प्रमदितव्यं देवपितृकार्याभ्यां न प्रमदितव्यं मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव। यान्यनवद्यानि कर्माणि तानि सेवितव्यानि नो इतराणि यान्यस्माकं सुचरितानि तानि त्वयोपास्यानि नो इतराणि। एके चास्मच्छ्रेयागंसो ब्राह्मणाः तेषां त्वयासनेन प्रश्वसितव्यं श्रद्धया देयम् अश्रद्धया अदेयं श्रिया देयं ह्रिया देयं भिया देयं संविदा देयम्। अथ यदि ते कर्म विचिकित्सा वा वृत्त विचिकित्सा वा स्यात् एतत्र ब्राह्मणाः सम्मर्षिणः युक्ता आयुक्ताः अलोक्षा धर्मकामाः स्युः यथा ते तत्र वर्तेरन् तथा तत्र वर्तेथाः अथाभ्याख्यातेषु एतत्र ब्राह्मणाः सम्मर्षिणः युक्ता आयुक्ताः अलोक्षा धर्मकामास्युः यथा ते तेषु वर्तेरन् तथा तेषु वर्तेथाः एष आदेशः एष उपदेशः एषा वेदोपनिषत् एतदनुशासनम् एवमुपासितव्यम् एवमुचैतदुपास्यम् ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Wholeheartedly salute to Parabrahma Tattva, to Shruti Mata, to entire Guru Parampara, also to our Ishta Devata. Special salutations to Bhagavan Shri Vedavyasa, Vaishampayana, Yagnavalkya, Adya Shankara, and our Gurus. Today's thought, very simple, before we study our Upanishad, is all said and done in the secret chambers of our heart. By continuously maintaining, we have to get strongly established in our identity that 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 basically, first and foremost, we are the spiritual seekers. All the purpose of study of Shastra is to tell us about the glory of the spiritual truth, thereby inspiring us to be the spiritual seeker. The entire problem is only in the crisis of identity. With what we identify, with that alone becomes the important thing for us, and we keep involving in that. And in general, there are only basically two types of identities. One, the identity of being a samsari jiva, or another identity of being a mokshu or jignasu or sadhaka. With all the study of Shastra, if we have not strongly changed our identity from being a samsari to a being adhyatmika sadhaka, then sadhana will not happen with us. Samsara alone will happen. Because in the deep recesses of the heart, my identity still is that of samsari only. And from the heart only, all the sankalpas, kamanas spring out onto the surface of manabuddhi, force us to do that type of activities. So in the heart, I am a jiva and I have the kamanas for the outer world. Deep in the heart, that is there, then those thoughts only come. You can't avoid them, you can't stop them. हृदय में जो है वही है. Like in the coal mine, how much ever deep you go and dig, from there the coal only will come. In the iron ore, the abrakam ore, if you dig, that only will come. If you go to a gold mine, the gold only will come when you dig. So too, if it is a petroleum or all that crude oil, वो वही आता है. So too, in the core of my heart, when I am still identifying myself as a samsari. Who is a samsari? Seeking the outer world's perceptions, sukha bhoga, of this world or the any world, this place or any place, this object or that object, this experience or that one, whatever of this world or the other world related to the Vishayas. When we seek for our happiness and sukha, we are called as samsari. Close the eyes right now and look into the heart. Sincerely, honestly, genuinely. It's a simple experiment to me, for myself, by myself, to every one of you. What is that for which the heart is throbbing for? What is it seeking? Is it seeking the ephemeral or is it seeking the eternal? Consciously. Consciously, if we observe, still we are seeking the ephemeral world only. That shows we have identity still of the jiva bhava samsari. The one who seeks the world is samsari. Samsari seeks only the world. Therefore, his entire thought flow will be towards worldly. It can't be otherwise. How much ever you force. If your children are of playing mood, how much ever force you them, they can't study. They will play only. What to do, Swami? You would accept. For some of the parents, the children are only outward type, non-disciplined type. never sticking to any of the works type. You have to jailo, kya kare? Little you can try to change. In our case also, through all study of Shastra, the basic identity in the core of our heart we have to change. Again, close eyes and see. And to that heart only send this thought powerfully. Enough of pursuing the world like a samsari. Everything I experienced, if not this life, in all my earlier lives. None of that gave me satisfaction, contentment, liberation. Not only that, I was always in a sense of insecurity, sense of incompleteness, sense of fear, all the time sense of wanting something, running something, towards something, depending. Even in future, millions of lives also, if I continue to that way, be the seeker of the world outside, I'll continue to be like that. It is said in the Shastras, I have not yet experienced that when the Paramatma or the Self is sought and reached, it being the experience infinite, it being experience of our own self. There are no finitudes, there is no dependency on the outer world. And this self is eternal. Therefore, there is no fear that it will be lost. This is what I am listening about the Paramatma and the Praptya Paramatma from Shastra. Therefore, let me seek that eternal truth. Therefore, I am by my identity, am the seeker of the eternal. If that is made stronger day by day, day by day, day by day. This is what for few years we have to do. Neti neti. Not this, not this. I am not the seeker of world and worldliness. I am only the seeker of the truth and reality. Sadhana will not happen without the strong identity. Therefore, make the identity stronger. The identity, I am a doctor. So you treat only when you are strongly identified with the doctorness. So to I am a doctor, selfless. I am doctor, hardworking. If he adds these adjectives, then selflessly a hard working doctor he will be. If not, I'm a doctor but to earn money. I'm not bothered about the people. And I have learned Vedanta also. According to Vedanta, everybody goes through their prarabdha. Therefore, I'm not worried. If that thought is entertained, then along with Dr. Giri, we will be that selfish doctor also. What I will be after 5 years, 10 years, next life depends on what I am entertaining from this moment till that moment. If we don't consciously understand and entertain a particular thought to become something, whatever is habitual, that goes on. Like if you don't consciously tell your children what they are doing is wrong and this is what is right to be done, then they continue doing what they do. बोलना पड़ता है. In the same way, we cannot be without consciously telling ourselves also that I am not the seeker anymore of the worldliness. They're all ephemeral, they're all temporary. I want permanent one. So, in the temporary, permanent cannot be sought to. It is a rank foolishness, stupidity. Now I want permanent. Permanent is only in the self. Therefore, I am the seeker of self, seeker of the truth, seeker of the reality, seeker of Atma, seeker of Paramatma. This is how the thought has to be made stronger. When this thought becomes stronger, our identity is this one, very fully stronger, then all our sankalpas would be only of doing sadhana. All efforts will be only for sadhana at that time. This giving up or coming away from these worldly thoughts or activities is not that much difficult. It will come because of the habits and vasanas and prarabdha. But then, because the identity is stronger here, you will be able to do this, not get carried away. But if the strong thought is not there strongly, they will pull us. Like just because we are coming to the class doesn't mean that early morning our mind is fully cooperative. It wants tea, it wants coffee, it wants early breakfast, it wants to bask in the sun because slowly winter is setting in. And more beautiful than everything is sleep for 2 hours. How many things, because our earlier habits or vasanas, come onto surface of mind? But your identity is that you are a listener of Upanishad. Very strong. Because the strength of the thought that or the identity that I am a Upanishad listener, the planning to come to the Upanishad class was overpowering than all other plans. And this plan you executed, therefore you are in the class. Those who don't even have an identity that I am a listener, they don't even know that there is a class going on. And those who know the class is going on, but their identity is not stronger to be an audience, and some other identity is there in them that time stronger, they do that only. I am an exercise doing person, a yoga doing person, my japa doing person. Any personality, any identity, you can feel strongly, and that you can do that time. So one is again and again, depending on situations, identity changes. Second is what? Permanently one identity. The permanent identity is I am a samsari. According to samsari identity, time and again, according to the situation, I take various identities, all of them put together are samsara only. That is generally everybody. We also, basically, I am a sadhaka, that is identity. After that, in general, depending on the time or the day, I am having so many identities, but all of them are of the similar nature of making me do sadhana and strengthen or fulfill my identity as seeker. So I do japa because I am sadhak. I do upasana because I am sadhak. I come to the class regularly because I am sadhak. In the class, attentively I try to grasp because I am sadhak. After going home, I take out that mantra of Upanishad and try to fully understand the entire theme because I am sadhak. I am sitting for my contemplation. I am sadhak. So, how many things are doing? So many. At every time, I am different identity do, but all of them are basically adhyatmic sadhak. So, mainly we have to go deep into our heart every day and slowly try to remove delicately I am samsari identity, replace it by I am sadhaka identity. If this cannot be done by us, the roots are of the gigantic banyan tree. How can there be the leaves and fruits of mango can come to it? It can't. Roots are banyan, तो वही पत्ते वही डाली वही आएंगे. So too in the core of my heart, when I'm still a worldly seeker, how can I be doing sadhana easily? वो contradiction होता है वहाँ. Impossible. And deep in the heart, I am samsari. Superficially, because of some inspiration from external, I try to do sadhana. थोड़ा होता है वो, but the original तो आएगा ही. The originally I am a samsari. Therefore, at that time becomes very tough struggle. You want to pull the mind to put toward the God, but the mind goes on into the world. And we are struggling only at the surface level. We should go into the root. The root is what? Heart in heart, am I a samsari or sadhak? Which takes not one day, one life, many lives of Shravanam of the Shastra, in which both the Mahima of Paramatma is exhaustively heard, understood at the same time, the binding effect of the world and worldliness is understood, heard, understood. Then only slowly we change our identity from I am the seeker of the world to the seeker of Paramatma. Are you mumukshu or a bhubukshu? Mumukshu is Paramatma ko chahta hai. Bhubukshu is through the senses you want to indulge in the world. Is it not? जिज्ञासु बनना है, मुमुक्षु बनना है हमको दिल से. So one of the effective things what I find for myself, prayer to God. Hey Bhagavan, give strength to the jignasu in me, the sadhaka in me, the mumukshu in me, not to the samsari, not to the worldly person. May I not, from the core of heart, seek anything other than you. Please bless me in this regard. And these prayers are the ones which are answered in the form of getting the chance to listen to the Upanishadic Brahma Tattva. See, all the 5 classes, 6 classes of ours, we are listening only the glory of Paramatma. All of that slowly will give the value of Paramatma, will make us give value to Paramatma Tattva. Then basically our identity changes to become the seeker of the truth. Such person then, when the root level is made as seeker, then he will only think and do those things which make him do sadhana. Other things slowly go away automatically. A part of it is our regular coming to class. So slowly, along with classes, 1 hour, 2 hour, keep doing your own sadhana, remaining whatever prarabdha comes for the body in the vyavahara, joyfully take it, just lightly you take it. And by our choice, don't go to any place where at the root level again, I am samsari is strengthened. याद रखना इस बात को, very crucial it is, very subtle. I myself am is my own Shatru. By going, taking myself to such places where Aham Samsari is strengthened. There's nobody. This you have to recognize. So too, I myself am the friend. Wherein I take myself to those places, outer and inner, where I strengthen my identity of sadhaka. If you depend on others, then you are not taking charge. If you are not taking charge, you are not sadhaka. Again, I am repeating. If we depend on external sources, then I am not sadhaka. If I am not sadhaka, I can't change myself. Therefore, I have to depend on myself. How? Recognizing that I only am my own mitra or shatru. So let me become my own mitra. Let me not become my own shatru. So let me consciously take myself to those places where I am sadhaka identity is strengthened. Is it not? It's such a powerful Maya. वो होने नहीं देता, बार बार इधर ले जाता है. Again we blame the world. It's because of the world and temptations that I have gone there and I'm lost in that. What to do? Nobody will do anything. For me, nobody does. If anybody does, they would have done long back. भगवान और गुरु के कृपा से सब कुछ होता है, तो अब तक होना चाहिए था ना. इज इट नॉट? तो फिर क्या है? मुझे कुछ करने का है. तो क्या करना? कॉन्शियसली आई शुड नो दैट आई एम माई ओन शत्रु बाई टेकिंग माई सेल्फ टू दोज प्लेसेस वेयर आई बिकम स्ट्रांगली एन आइडेंटिटी पर्सन ऑफ द samsara identified person. I myself am the mitra when I take myself to those places where my identity that I am adhyatmika seeker becomes stronger. वर्ल्ड में दोनों रहते हैं, लोग भी होंगे, वस्तु भी होंगे, जगह भी होंगे. जो एक तरफा आप संसारी हो वो स्ट्रांग करेगा, एक तरफा आप साधक हो, दोनों होंगे. ऑलवेज यू आर इन वाइक रोड, यू हैव टू चूज. द प्लेस वेयर वी स्टार्ट चूजिंग इज सत्संग. बिकॉज सत्संग में आपको इसी पल्ले पे भारी बन दिया जाता है कि बी ए सीकर इज टॉट स्ट्रांगली. हियर इज द प्लेस वी कैन लॉन्च फ्रॉम. फील द प्रेजेंस ऑफ सत्संग ऑल द टाइम and consciously again and again. Remember, spiritual sadhana means little by little, again and again. Little by little, again and again. Thoda, thoda, bar, bar. This is called spirituality. शनै शनै यतो यतो, थोड़ा थोड़ा बार बार, थोड़ा थोड़ा बार बार. घमासान नहीं कर सकते. Again, little by little, you take to spirituality. Again and again, you take. Little again, little again. It's a beautiful tip if you can understand it. Is it not? Like the chor takes all the wealth from our tijori slowly, slowly. So too, so far, the Maya was taking away our tijori of the Jnanam or Atmanandam slowly, slowly. Now we have to take back our wealth slowly, slowly. Stokam, stokam, graset, grasam. Shanai, shanai, uparamet. थोड़ा 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 थोड़ा, एवरीथिंग इज सो। थोड़ा थोड़ा खाना खाते हैं, एक एक मोर्सल। थोड़ा थोड़ा पैसा जमा करते हैं, थोड़ा थोड़ा घर या आप बनाते हैं, या बिल्डिंग में या बिजनेस में हम ग्रो करते हैं। सडनली इट डज हैपन, रिमूव दिस थॉट कि सडनली कुछ जादू हो जाएगा, सडनली आई बिकम बिग साधका एंड आई रियलाइज परमात्मा एंड आई बिकम ए बाबाजी विथ ऑल द दाढ़ी एंड एवरीबडी विल बी अराउंड यू डूइंग ऑल आरती की। नहीं होता ऐसा। बाई नाउ दिस इज अंडरस्टूड बाई अस बाई 2.5 years ऑफ लिसनिंग। कुछ नहीं हुआ, मतलब उतना कुछ नहीं हुआ जो रिकॉग्नाइजेबल है, बहुत कम हुआ, बहुत कुछ नहीं, बहुत कम। और ऐसा ही होता है, it is slow and steady. You know, evolution is always, you don't even recognize the tree is working slowly, steadily, that it is bringing out the leaves or the birds or the flowers or the fruits in the same way. So, what is the thought for the day? Therefore, identity. As deeply, strongly we are in the heart identifying ourselves with that I am seeker of spirituality alone. To that extent, doing spiritual sadhanas becomes easier, avoiding non-spiritual becomes easier. If in the core of my heart, basically I am samsari, superficially because of some liking, some interest, some hobby, I try to be spiritual, then it will be superficial only, not deeper. And even while doing so, most of the time our mind is in the world, not in Paramatma. That's why you can see all the politicians, businessmen, when they are invited for any of the puja or any of the satsang, physically they come and sit. But their minds, you understand? Their minds will go to that direction way, depending on what is their identity. You can't make them. They're fully engrossed. Okay, I'm a politician, I'm a businessman, I'm a sports person, I'm an artist, I'm not seeker. Therefore, it's a जबरदस्ती to them. ये बैठ जाते हैं, दिमाग में जाइए, चलता ही रहता है वो. Same is with us. So pray to God, study deeply sadhana, shastras, entertain that thought deeply, slowly, slowly, again and again. I am seeker only of the truth. I am the seeker only of the truth. I am not the seeker of anything other than the truth, which is untruth, which is the entire world. And what helps this is again and again doing some reflection and contemplation as to why anything other than Paramatma is untrue. है कि नहीं? फिर ओकली बताओ कि वर्ल्ड इज अनट्रू, द माइंड से फिर भी थोड़ा एंजॉय करो. वी शुड टेल इट यार अनट्रू बिकॉज ऑफ दिस लॉजिक्स, therefore because it is untrue unreal, if you pursue it, not only you will not get happiness but you will get bound and you become miserable. इस तरह हम अपने आप के मन को बुद्धि से समझाने से देन द बुद्धि, अच्छा ठीक है, अच्छा ठीक है, अच्छा ठीक है. एक बच्चे पढ़ो मतलब नो मम्मी आई वांट टू प्ले, देन यू हैव टू समझाओ दैट फेलो, देयर इज अ प्ले फॉर टाइम फॉर प्ले बेटा, देयर इज टाइम फॉर स्टडी. अच्छा ठीक है मम्मा आई विल स्टडी. इन दिस वे माइंड को लॉजिक भी देना है, इमोशन भी देना है, टेम्पटेशन भी देना है. टेम्पटेशन इज व्हाट? इन द परमात्मा अनुभूति देयर इज आनंद ऑफ एवरीथिंग. एवरी आनंद मतलब एवरी इन्वॉल्वमेंट के द्वारा जो आनंद होता है वो सब परमात्मा आनंद में है. दिस इज हाउ द माइंड हैज टू बी टेम्प्टेड. टेम्प्टेड मीन्स ट्रुथ ओनली, बट माइंड शुड बी टोल्ड लाइक दैट. Then the other things, the world is appearance, not real. This thought, if we can go deeply, and that won't go unless what we hear here, we deeply contemplate with the examples. The statement of fact, logical explanation, example. Statement of fact is the world is not real. The world is superimposition on reality. Fact. The logic because it is continuously, constantly changing. And to every changing phenomena, there should be a changeless substratum behind it. Udaharanam, example, the pots and muds, all of them are unreal because they are going on born, changing, and dying. And every birth, change, death of the pot has its substratum, which is called the mud. So, mud is reality, pots are superimposed too. Therefore, the pots are unreal. In this way, through the example, through the logic, the statement of as fact has to be strengthened. Suddenly, from that one day, suddenly a thought comes here, if it's unreal, how can it give me happiness? After 20 lives, we ask the Guru this question. Hey Guru, if the world is this way unreal, how can it give me happiness? Guru says, Ore Buddhu, this is what I was telling you from last 20 lives. It took 20 lives for your intellect to become pure enough, subtle enough to grasp what is said. And it is worthy that much time. And it is required also. खुद पूछता है वो गुरु को, हे गुरु महाराज ये असत्य है, मिथ्या है, इसमें से खुशियां कहाँ मिलेंगे? बेटा मैं वही तो कह रहा था। नहीं लेंगे। बट मैं क्यों भाग रहा था उसके पीछे? क्योंकि ये नॉलेज नहीं था तुम्हारे पास। क्यों? उतना डीपली कॉन्टेम्पलेट नहीं किया, उतने बार बार नहीं किया। The avidya, the moha, maya are continuously relapsing diseases. You can't tell them that एक दवा दे दिया हो गया हो, ऐसा नहीं होता हो. Like every season, the seasonal fever comes. How much ever precautions you take, preventions you take to the whole society or the world or the nation, so too to every individual. Seasonal. So too, a seasoned hai, a maya, avidya and moha, again and again it covers this wisdom that this world is unreal. How can it give me sukha? It just covers that thought, that knowledge, that conviction. That is the power of maya and moha. Then therefore we run behind it. Interesting. This is how it is. So till that goes away, for lives together, by thinking about the non-real nature of the world, we come to the understanding when it is unreal, how can it give me happiness? Then what can give me happiness? Eternal is only eternal thing. Eternal is Paramatma. Seek it. In this way, we have to change our identity from the worldly seeker to spiritual. Just because we heard now doesn't mean it happens right now. It's only thing given, an idea, a thought given. It has to be utilized. Hold on to that thought and keep on using it till it happens. And you do it sincerely, you do it seriously, you do it casually. In any way you do that, I am an Adhyatmika Seekara, it helps you. You understand? In the bank, in whatever the way you deposit money, your account is growing balance. Is it not? You may do online transfer, you go to the bank and deposit, you give it to somebody else and make them do, or you work somewhere and they pay the money. कुछ भी करो पैसे ऐड हो रहे हैं अकाउंट में. सोटो कुछ भी करो, आई एम सीकर वाला थॉट स्ट्रांग होना है. कैजुअली भी कर सकते हो, ऐसे कुर्सी में बैठे. डोंट गिव चांस टू दी mind or vasanas that time, but say, I am a spiritual seeker, I am a spiritual seeker, I am a spiritual seeker. I want to know the truth, I want to know the truth, I want to know the self. Dekho, casually. Sincerely is what? Studying the Shastra. Shastra is telling that the truth alone is reality, that has to be sought. Atma vare, drashtavya, shotavya. See, sincerely. Seriously is what? Yeah, how long I am caught up in the world? It is me only who are going towards that, and I am only getting kicked. Seriously. No, no more now. I'll increase my time given to Paramatma outside, inside, outside, inside. It's called as seriousness. येन केन प्रकारेण हरितिः स्मर्तव्यः. So to येन केन प्रकारेण अहम परमात्मनः साधक अस्मि. This we have to deeply strengthen. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you. Now come to our 11th Anuvaka. Slowly we have come up to the last portion. Yesterday we concluded the need of doing dhanam, the things that being given in dhanam, and the 5 principles of dhanam. 5 into 2. Need of giving dhanam is what? When we possess anything, we are possessed by those things. When we unpossess anything, then we are possessed by the Paramatma. And many other meanings are the worldly meanings. When you give dhanam, it gives you punyam, then punya will give you better life and all. यार हमको बेटर लाइफ हो या ना हो, परमात्मा का साधना हमारा इम्पोर्टेंट है. Therefore, all those reasons are correct, but at the lower level. But conclusion is, you should go on, give in dhanam whatever we have continuously. I should become a data, not svikarta. I am becoming a data, not a lobhi, a greedy person. Paishunaha, lobhi, greedy, no. Data, data. Giver. Make a habit, because if you don't give, you hoard. When you hoard, your mind is on that. When the mind is on that, it can never be on Paramatma. Like anything, a car हो, स्कूटर हो, कुछ पैसे हो, बेच दिया हो या किसी को दे दिया, आफ्टर दैट उसका थॉट आपको नहीं होता. Even your own daughter, you get married somewhere, when she goes, your thoughts reduce for her, because शादी करके दे दिया उनको. तो then your mind, earlier for everything you are doing concerned about her. कन्यादान करने के बाद उतना चिंता नहीं होता है, because they are your daughter or your children. Throughout life, that bond is there, unless you are a pure Vedanti through Viveka Vairagya, and nothing wrong. But that much of tension, worry, attention is not there. Same way, anything sold out, anything given in charity, no more bothers us. Anything bought, anything owned goes on bothering our mind. It's all finally the mind. The more it is in the world, the more you will be worldly. The more it is in the Paramatma, the more it is spiritual. So to pull it to Paramatma, we have to reduce all the mama, therefore dhanam. It's just like, क्या है अभी देने को दान में? कुछ नहीं है. अब क्या करोगे? मन से भगवान का ध्यान. दानम ध्यानम, सर्वम दानम भगवत ध्यानम. That is why the dhanam should be given. And it purifies the heart, it frees you from all ownership, diseases. These are all disease. Mind itself is disease. In the mind, every thought is disease. In the thoughts, the thought of मैं और मेरा ये सबसे बड़ा रोग है. ये समझना भी मुश्किल है. Another day we will talk about this in our morning introduction, which is very crucial. Maybe tomorrow only, if we remember. That is also a reason for which we have to give dhanam. And what dhanam to be given in is, we told everything. Clear? And at the feet of the Guru and Shastra or Bhagwan, the highest dhanam is ahankara dhanam. Till the mamakara dhanam is not done, ahankara dhanam is not done. So you do the mamakara dhanam in the world, and you do the ahankara dhanam at the feet of the Guru and Bhagwan. Clear? And for the sake of punya, dhanams are various types. As a sadhaka, जो भी है सब दान करो. Spiritual seeker, कुछ भी है वही gives in dhanam. You will not discriminate. I am possessing this, that is binding me. I'll just give it in dhanam. So from the annadhanam to so many things we can add in dhanam. Okay? Then what are the 5 things? Remember, Shraddhaya Deyam. Shraddha is full concentrated involvement. And all the Shraddhas we spoke yesterday. Ashraddhaya Adeyam. Never ever be doing any charitable work without Shraddha. In Gita, last sloka of 17th chapter is very crucial. It sums up every spiritual sadhana. He says, Ashraddhaya hutam dattam tapas taptam krutam chayat. With Ashraddha, all the sadhanas which you do, what is it? Hutam means yajna, dattam means dhanam, tapas taptam means all the tapasyas done by you, krutam chayat, and any other noble activity you have done without Shraddha, they are equivalent to what? Asad iti uchyate partha. Hey Arjuna, know that they are as good as they are not done. And with this, as a result of this type of ashraddha yukta doings, what is the final thing Lord says? Asadityuchyate partha nachatat pretya no iha. nor it will give result after the body death, nor while living also. While living means in the mind there will be no pure contentment, and it is not accounted as punyam in future. And when we leave the body, it doesn't fetch you. That is why the whole chapter's name is Shraddha Trayvibhaga. It starts with Shraddha, Tesham Nishtha Tuga Krishna, ends also with Shraddha. And it is followed by the Moksha Sannyasa 18th chapter. Shraddha ki baat hua. And Shraddha topic we have studied in all texts so many times, so I am not repeating it to you. The 5 Shraddhas we spoke about, the Shraddha's value in Gita, in Vivek Chudamani, everywhere we spoke. So you all know it by heart. Therefore, I can save your and my time by not explaining. But this much is what Shraddhaya Deyam. Wonderful. Shraddha includes the joyful giving, wholehearted giving, willingly giving, lovingly giving, giving in big quantity. जबरदस्ती करके दे देना चाहिए. Opposite of it is Ashraddha. Ashraddhaya Adeyam. Remove the Ashraddha, place it with Shraddha, replace, and then give. Giving should go on. Don't give with Ashraddha, give with Shraddha. Then Shriyadeyam, plenty. Hriyadeyam, bashfulness. Hri lajja, कि इतना ही मैं दे पा रहा हूं, और भी थोड़ा दो अगले बार. That type. So too, I'm lucky to get a chance to give. Thanks to the one who is giving me a chance to give, the receiver. That's called Hriyadeyam. Little more spiritually seen, who am I to give? When was it mine? It was my foolishness that I thought it was mine. No, I realized it. When I realize my foolishness, I feel shy. Is it not? शर्मिंदगी हो जाती है कि नहीं? कोई बेशर्म का काम करके और उसको जान लिए तो don't we feel? That is what Hriyadeyam. Who am I to give? When was it was mine? तेरा तुझको अर्पण, क्या लागे मेरा. Which is very tough to understand, but वो क्लिक होता है ना जिंदगी में, उससे बढ़कर आनंद नहीं है. That actually amounts to be sannyasa. Sannyasi never gives anything in his dana because nothing is his. मैं किसी को कब करूंगा दानम, जब सोचता हूँ कि मेरा है. और मजेदार बात, मेरा जो मान तो उसी का दान देना, पड़ोसी का दान मत देना. सुबह उठ के पड़ोसी ने देखा उसका गाड़ी गायब, स्कूटर. ही इज ढूंढिंग एंड ही आस्क्ड यू, यार देखा क्या? मैं, हाँ यार मैंने तो उसको दान दे दिया. अरे you can't give somebody's property in dana, please remember it. We have to give that on which we have ownership. And the highest dana is to recognize that nothing belongs to. Beautiful, no? Even Dehendra Manabuddhya, they are not mine. They are all belonging to Prakriti. And in them, whatever the ability to work is there, that is given by Paramatma. As regard the people, things of the world are all Bhagavan ke hi expression hai, Bhagavan ke hi den hai. He is given things. Where is anything belonging to me? Such a beautiful thought. मेरा कुछ नहीं इस जगत में, रोना मत. It is the highest achievement. Next step only, when nothing is mine, then who am I? I am the self who is everything. That comes later on. So, Hriyadeyam, bashfulness. Then Bhiyadeyam, Bhiti of, if I don't give, I will incur sin of hoarding. And for that, we gave you the law yesterday. Anything more than what I require, if I possess, technically I am called as chor. मेरे जरूरत से ज्यादा, मुझे थोड़ा भी ज्यादा है, मुझे चोर कहते हैं शास्त्र के अनुसार. Like I have at home 4 people, तो 4 chairs plus 2, let us say for guests, 6 chairs. उससे ज्यादा एक भी है तो यार चोर. You need some 4-5 dresses. Good. एक शादी के लिए, एक शादी के लिए, किधर उधर. Anything extra in the almirah, chor. That is how we have to help ourselves. If you feel They are embracing, ऐसा कैसे कहते हो स्वामी जी, मैंने अपने पैसे से कमाया. Then you are not thinking from spiritual standpoint. From worldly standpoint you are talking. So at that case you are right, but I am not wrong. The planes of discussion are different totally. I am talking from Adhyatmika Drushti. You are talking Vyavahara. From Vyavahara, you worked hard, you got money, you bought it. Therefore, everything is yours. Everything is white money. But Vedanta says something different. It is deeper. It says whatever you need is yours. More than that is greed, that is chori. Keeping this thought in the mind, we have to be afraid that I am a chore, somebody else's property I am keeping. Therefore, let me be freed from the sin of chori and the guilt in the mind by giving it up. By giving. That's called bhiya deyam. नहीं देने से पुण्य नहीं मिलेगा, नहीं देने से भगवान प्रसन्न नहीं होंगे, नहीं देने से दूसरे भी नहीं देंगे, नहीं देने से आई विल नेवर गेट फ्रीडम फ्रॉम द थॉट ऑफ पोजिशन. स्पिरिचुअल थॉट इट इज. देखो, जिंदगी में एक ही बात है, छोड़ना और पकड़ना. दीज आर द ओनली टू थिंग्स इफ यू कैन लर्न द आर्ट. जैसे भगवान को छोड़ा, दुनिया को पकड़ा, so too दुनिया को छोड़ना, भगवान को पकड़ना. If this much is learnt, you, whether knowledge is there or not, you are growing in life. That bhiyadeyam, fear. And also the fear, is there any ego cropping up as a giver? That is why the highest giving up is ego only. That's called mahatapasya. The fear that I may be ego, becoming ego. I may be feeling myself more greater than others because I am doing so much of charity. Compare this thought with the earlier said thought. I am giving in more charity, therefore I should become more egoistic. You should feel more besharam, because if you are able to give more charity, that means you have more things. That means what? You are bigger chore. Then only you have so much to give. Understood? That feeling. That doesn't mean you are really chore. You are working hard, you are getting a lot of profits, you are widely giving it in distribution. It's a healthy heart. For the mind to stop that wrong thinking of मेरा है मैं क्यों दूं वगैरह, ये वाला आंसर है कि anything more than need is a chori only, therefore go on giving. That's the meaning of karmani eva te adhikara ma phaleshu. Phala belongs to everyone. The tree gives fruits, flowers. It doesn't eat its fruits, flowers. It's for everybody else. Sun's rays are for everyone, not for sun. Flow of water of river is for everyone, not for the river. In that way. They're all become Niti Vakyas now. But we are doing Vedanta Vichara here. So clear it is ki Bhiyadeyam. The last one was Samvidadeyam. Samvit means what? Mitra Bhava. Prema Bhava. Apyayata Bhava. And how beautifully we discussed this thought yesterday. That entire universe, from small microbe to whoever the roof and crown of creation human, we all are belonging to one earth. Therefore, we are all Bhai Bandhu only. Didn't we see this yesterday also in Adhyatma Ramayanam? Same topic. देखो, both topics go together. When Sri Rama said कि हम जैसे संसारियों को आपका दर्शन दुर्लभ है, did not Narada say, Bhagwan, you are putting in moha, yet you are right. You are a samsari. The entire Jagat is your house of stay, and this Jagat Maya is your Patni. All of us are your own children. Didn't Narada say? How beautiful, see the topics going together. So the Samvit is what? There is nobody who is not friend or related to us. परमात्मा दृष्टि से तो हम एक ही है. देह दृष्टि से all our dehas have come from same earth. As a jiva also हमको कुछ लेन देन है, इसलिए we are on the planet at the same time. What exactly we don't know, and how each one's presence influencing other is also very sublime. But the logic is, if we are together at same time, we are related to each other. That relation is always of friendliness, or some relative. कीपिंग इन दैट वे द एटीट्यूड गिव द दान, क्योंकि शत्रु मानकर दिया नहीं जा सकता, दुश्मन कहकर आप दे नहीं सकते ना. आई हो गए दुश्मन. You never give things to your daughter-in-law because you always think her as Shatru. And the double nalaik then her is your daughter, और उसको तो देते जाते हैं because you feel her as your mitra or beloved. In this same way, you can't give that Shatru bhava and you have to give. Then what makes you give is mitra bhava. Therefore have the mitrata. That's called samvit. मैं और किसी को नहीं दे रहा हूं, मेरे ही लोगों को दे रहा हूं, कोई भी मेरे से अलग नहीं है. सब beautiful thought, is it not? If the mitra bhava is there, both you will be able to give also, arrogance also will not come. That is why in all cinema, movies, sentiments, when a mitra helps the other fellow, when he thanks, यार दोस्त को थैंक यू थोड़ी बोलते हैं. So that is meaning that he is not egoistic of giving. You don't give with ego to your family because they are mine. You give it with responsibility, with love. So whole world is my family. All are my friends. Therefore, everybody deserves my love. Love is expressed in the form of giving. Giving is dhanam. Therefore, samvidade. Another thing we added to this meaning of samvit, that consider the whole world as your own mitra, is what? Consciously tell a thought that may this be rightly utilized outside. May this really get me freed from ownership and possessiveness in my mind from that particular object which I given dana. And also samvit means what? Maybe giver, giver, giver. Till last penny remains. That also given. Then let me give all my inner and outer resources in the service of world. Thus, I am pure, immaculate, freed from every outer, inner, gross or subtler possessions. Thus, I am fully available for the Guru to give me Mahavakya Upadesha. Receiving that, I discover myself, get liberated. In that way, the clarity should be. आएगा धीरे धीरे, हम सुन रहे हैं, अभी स्टार्ट किया हमने. He just joined in play school. It will take 20 years, but 20 years will pass very fastly. He will definitely become a professional. He will become postgraduate, even he may do doctorate. 20 साल की बात है, होएगा, क्योंकि he started going to school. But just because going to school suddenly will not become PhD. So do we just started? Because just we started, suddenly it won't happen. But in course of time, all these maturities definitely will come. Only thing is, don't bunk the school or give up. Then you will never go to the higher grades. So too, don't give up the study of Shastra through the Satsanga. Then the growth is ensured. With this portion, the portion 2 of this 11th Anuvaka is over. The whole thing you can take as first portion, Satyam Vada, Dharmam Chara, all of that. Then second one is Shraddhaya Deva Shraddhaya. Now come third one, which has only 2 thoughts. Very crucial, beautiful. First I'll chant the mantra, then literal meaning we say, then Bhashakara's meaning. With that, 11th Anuvaka will be done. He says, Atha yadite karma vichikitsa va vrutta vichikitsa va syad. ये तत्र ब्राह्मणा सम्मर्षिणः युक्ताः अलोक्षाः धर्मकामाः स्युः यथा ते तत्र वर्तेरन्न तथा तत्र वर्तेथाः. There are extra cautions given by the Guru. It's not that every time your intellect is subtle, sharp, efficient enough to take right decision. There will definitely be occasions where our intellect is questioned and we have no answer. Then we are in dilemma. But we have to take a decision. Dilemma में रहकर नहीं रह सकते, कुछ ना कुछ करना है, उसके लिए निर्णय लेना है. तो what to do when in that situation we are in of dilemma? Is it not? What to do? because you are not clear about. If you clear, you take decision and do it. That's the meaning of atha. Atha means in case. Atha, now I am telling you one thing. Yadi means in case. Te, to you. Karma vichikitsa, vrutta vichikitsa. Karma is general activity. Vrutta is profession as well as mental thought. Vichikitsa is samshaya, doubt, dilemma. You are in two minds. Va syat. Karma vichikitsa ho या आपका वृत्त विचिकित्सा हो. Vritta is understanding. Karma is action. Doubt whether this understanding is right or not. Action whether it is right or not. When that doubt comes, because many times it happens, because we are not masters all the time of situations. Sometimes some peculiar things happen in front of us where we have to take decision and act, but we are not clear about it. Karma vichikitsa, vritta vichikitsa. And your children, that's raw. Just now you are going to the society, your knowledge which you heard here theoretically, ये परिपक्व नहीं हुआ. Knowledge gets matured through experimentation, through experiences for a long, long period of time. तो अभी जा रहे हो एंड बार बार यू कैनॉट भागो टू मी और कॉल मी गुरु महाराज डाउट है मैं क्या करूं एंड विद डाउट यू कैनॉट टेक रॉन्ग डिसीजन आल्सो पछताओगे बाद में. Then what is the way to be done? This is one of the most important and beautiful thing which never recognized. Nobody tells us, we don't understand it. He says, at that time, look around. Whoever are the Brahmanas are there. Brahmana hona chahiye. By birth also, by his samskaras. Then alukshaha, yukta, ayuktaha. Yeah, all these one who is wise, who was in such situation many times earlier, and he took right decision, and he is wise enough to give the decision. He is not corrupted by his only any selfishness or impurity. Such Brahmana, whatever he does, you do that. Ask him, and he tells, if I am not in this position, I'll do this. Then you can also do. He suggests, do that. Therefore, in life, experts' opinion at the time of dilemma and crisis is the only one which rescues us. This is exactly what is done by Arjuna. When he had got the karma vichikitsa, whether should I fight the war or not, vrutta vichikitsa, how to take this situation in the mind, are these Dhiroidanadi or me mitra or bandhu or shatru? He had confusion regarding his own identity, therefore the relation with the people there, therefore how to respond to that situation of yuddha. Therefore, luckily for him, the Krishna Bhagavan is there, the Brahmana. Then he asked him. Bhagavan gave honestly. If Arjuna had not surrendered and asked and sought the explanation, na, Krishna would have not given. He will not force to give. पूछा उन्होंने, क्योंकि बिना फोर्स देते तो पहले ही देते थे. बिना पूछे देने से पहले ही देते थे वो. नहीं दिया कर क्या हुआ? Remember, grace, knowledge, siddhi, sadhana. If you don't seek and do, it won't come. If without upasana, accidentally grace will not come. Without swadhyaya, accidentally knowledge will not come. Without doing, sadhana will not happen. Remove those wrong notions. ऐसे बुद्धू की तरह बैठकर ये मिल जाए वो मिल जाए ये हो जाए वो हो जाए, this is you are cheating yourself. Either you don't desire it, if you desire it, you work duly to get it. Otherwise, भगवान गाली देते हैं उनको गीता में, is called as विमूढ़ात्मा and मिथ्याचारी. कर्मेन्द्रियाणि संयम यास्ते मनसा स्मरण इंद्रियार्थान सह विमूढ़ात्मा स मिथ्याचारी उच्यते. मिथ्याचार. You cannot be without doing, please. So Bhagavan Krishna, Arjuna asked, therefore he gave. If he had not, he would have not given. And greatness is both. रेडी थे भगवान कृष्ण देने के लिए नॉलेज पूछने पर, अर्जुन भी पहली बार सरेंडर करके पूछा तो ज्ञान दो. सो कर्म विचिकित्सा वृत्त विचिकित्सा. Whenever we have, don't take decision wrongly and suffer. There are authorities. Always in life, no? There are seniors than us, mature people than us, knowledgeable people than us, experienced people than us. They are loving, kind enough to guide us. and follow it. मजा आएगा आपको. And don't be in a घमंड that I know everything. Not also in arrogance that मैं किसी को नहीं पूछूंगा. These are all immaturities again. Highest maturity is this. I want to grow. For that, I have to put my effort. Any help from anywhere I need, I take without any ego. And I reciprocate with that gratitude and whatever I can. Simple high. This is called as Rujuk Pravartana, straightforward. Everywhere. I am hungry, so I ask the people at home who are making mok. वो देते हैं, खा लिया, थैंक यू बोल दिया. वाई टू मेक ए हंगामा, मैं क्यों पूछो उनको, मैं खुद ही बनाता हूँ, मुझे किसी पर डिपेंड नहीं होना. These are all the different parallels. That is from the inner deep spiritual standpoint. But in व्यवहार, भूख लगी तो मांगो, बनाते तो लेते, खाओ, थैंक यू बोलो. If it is a hotel, give money, होगा. All the egos, all the prestiges should not be. Entire life should be of give and take. After all, that person from whom you are seeking, he also got it from somebody else. परंपरा से आ रहा है ना सब कुछ. आध्यात्मिक ज्ञान भी कहो, व्यावहारिक ज्ञान भी कहो, किसी एक का तो है ही नहीं कोई ज्ञान. देने वाला है इसलिए मैं ले रहा हूँ. अब मैं दे रहा हूँ दूसरों को, वो लेंगे. अगर मैं लूंगा भी नहीं, दूंगा भी नहीं, तो देने गूंगा है तुम. You should take also, you should give also. स्पेशली द ईगो सेज, मैं क्यों पूछूं स्वामी जी को, मेरी मर्जी, मेरी जिंदगी है, मैं डिसाइड कर लेता हूं. What is this? If you think your decision is pakka, you have experience earlier that you could decide very well so many times how to bunk class and sleep well. You enjoyed it, do it. But vichikitsa hai. Vichikitsa means samshayam, which is a doubt, uncertainty, dilemma, not able to firmly decide. This or that, there are two options are there. There's a fear is there. This is called vichikitsa. So at that time, whoever are, ye tatra brahmanaha, they are brahmanas, studied Shastra thoroughly, some marshinaha, who have the experience of it in the past, yuktaha, they are fully studied, fast and self-controlled, ayuktaha, never attached to anything, alukshaha, they are reserving in themselves, dharmakamasyoho, they are the desirers of dharma or practitioners of dharma. Yatha te tatra varteran. As the way they behave in those conditions, tatha tatra vartetaha tvam. That is how you have to behave. Like when you go into the flight first time, so your neighbor tuck tuck tuck, he puts the belt. You know it, so usko dekh kar you also put. That fellow travels every day. पूछ कर या उनको देख कर करते हैं हम. So many when we go first time. राजधानी शताब्दी पहले बार थे तो वो जो टेबल कैसे डालना कैसा रखना नहीं पता होता. So you have to move it this way. You look at the expert there. कैसा करना है सब बोल 2 minute. Instead of struggling and breaking that, you ask that fellow. He tells what is wrong in that. You don't get a car, sit in that and drive yourself on the day one. There is Brahmana, the driving Brahmana, the teacher. He will teach you. You listen and learn and do. Then the second thing is what about Ata Abhyakyateshu? Abhyakyateshu means most notorious and unfamiliar people of the world. Unfamiliar means those who are not liked by the world. Non-positive people, negative people. हमारे चारों तरफ है. So how to deal with them? Same is the answer. How these Mahatmas deal in the same way you deal. Ata Abhyakyateshu. Abhyakyata means bad people of the world. Simple word. No, whenever we are in travel, in some कोई ना कोई ऐसे गड़बड़ वाला आएगा. निंदित व्यक्ति अभ्याख्यात. वो चोर भी होगा, डकैत भी होगा, लुटेरा होगा, dishonest person, corrupt person. It can be anything. He may be a killer, murderer, bad. कुछ भी bad करने को तो इतने तरीके हैं ना. वो कुछ भी हो. How to behave with that person so that you save your skin, you save your spirituality. There also, if you come under any wrong influence of your own attachments to that person and do wrong thing, it hinders your own spiritual growth. Therefore, there also you be observing the Mahatmas, yathate teshu varteran, How they behave with them, that way you also behave. And Esha Adesha, Esha Upadesha, Esha Vedopanishad, Etad Evam Upasitavyam, Etad Janushasram, Evam Upasitavyam, Evam Uchaitadu Pasyam. These are the 5 words. Each of them have their own special power of inspiring us to definitely do all these 25 things. So, in tomorrow's class, these two sadhanas, in time of dilemma, how to decide. When bad people come, how to respond. We will study them through our Bhashyakara's Bhashya. Then we will explain the glory of these 5 words tomorrow. Esha, Adesha, Esha, Upadesha, 5 sentences. Then we'll just browse through in some 10, 15 minutes or 5 minutes all the 25 things which were taught. Thus, we will put a conclusion to our 11th Anuvakam tomorrow. Then we will have 2 days class for the Jnana Karma Samuchayavada Khandanam done by Bhagavan Adi Shankara, because in the next one is taking pure Brahma Jnana. There is nothing more of karma or upasana should still hang around in your mind when you enter into Vedanta Vicharana. Oh, sab ho gaya already in the first Valli itself. Therefore, only through the Tattvajnana moksha comes. Nothing else should be important. To inspire us in that knowledge, he takes up Jnana Samuchayavada Khandanam. The 5 things he takes, he rejects all, which is very scholarly. And I am sure I will not be able to explain to you thoroughly, क्योंकि मुझे खुद बहुत पढ़कर समझना है. कोशिश करूंगा. We will spend that as an academics, because we have taken the vow of studying Upanishad with Bhashya without missing anything. जितना समझा समझ गए, नहीं तो नहीं, कोई गल नहीं, कुछ तो आएगा जरूर समझ में. After that, then we'll have the 12th Anuvaka, which is like the first Anuvaka only, but with little differences. Earlier it was a prayer, here it is a gratitude, because prayer was answered in between. Thereafter, we will do the second Valli, Brahmananda Valli, which talks about Brahma Tattva, Nirnayam, and how to reach to the Brahma Tattva through variety of sadhanas, predominantly Panchakosha Viveka. And we have spent sufficient time for our this particular Prathama Siksha Valli. Nobody spent so much time. We have spent more than 150 दिन हो गए. 5 महीने? Yeah. Only for first Valli. But for me, it was worthy. We were going slow. We were doing Upanishad Parayanams. We are doing a thought every day. That's how we were not feeling so heaviness. If only right from beginning for 1.5 hours I give you the knowledge, we would have covered more portion. But I believe for me and you, it would have become heavier. And for me also, I can't feel heavy. I'm not all Brahmagnani. थोड़े हम भी पढ़ रहे हैं आपके साथ थोड़ा थोड़ा. Is it not? Slowly, steadily only. And once we become master of all Upanishads, ना फिर उसके हम अलग होगा. But अब तो आराम से. So tomorrow when we come, these homeworks, these things we do. And your job as always, little of contemplation of what is heard and parayana of these mantras, so that we become familiar and easy to grasp. Om, 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 Om. Om, 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 Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Paramarusibhyo Namaha Parabrahmane Namaha Shruti Matre Namaha. वेद व्यास वैशंपायन याज्ञवल्क्य के आद्य शंकर सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः ओम तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Very nice. See, in whatever the mood we are, Rajasic, Tamasic, Sattvic, though we try to maintain Sattvic mood with our intelligent every type of efforts of changing our diet, sleeping habits, etc., even then some mistakes happen, some prarabdha. In whatever the mood we are, don't miss the class. पहले आकर बैठकर सुनो, वो आदत नहीं छोड़ना। किसी भी कारण से आना छूट गया ना, then we are not giving chance to ourselves and the gurus to guide us. Guidance is only through Vedanta. There's no other guidance. And the liberation also is only through Vedanta. And liberation is to be by me, by practicing Vedanta. And if I myself don't know what it is, how can I do and get liberation? And knowing is only in the class. Speciality of the class is entire Guru Parampara Shakti invoked and works makes it easier to understand. Not at home when you study independently. Once that capacity comes, it may happen. Even then, you may be highly scholarly person of all Vedanta study. Even then, the amount of learning clarity comes in the class, you won't get it individually. क्योंकि सत्संग में वो विशेष शक्ति महिमा है. Parabrahma Paramatma in his all forms and all the gurus, they work in the class to help us out. And at home when we study according to our already existing maturity or immaturity. We can't go beyond that. But in the class, the Guru Parampara are much beyond than our understanding. So they give us far more deeper insights, expanses, details to understand the subject thoroughly. Therefore, there is no alternative for satsanga. Therefore, don't search for it. That's what it is. Thank you.